welcome to Prime Property, your weekly real estate rec. Now, I'm Nayantara Rai and this is what we have on the show today. Mumbai's realty kingpin K Raheja Corp gets a jolt from the High Court as 30,000 square meters allotted to it in 2003 when the Congress-NCP was in power is declared as illegal and arbitrary. The realty firm has built a mall and hotel here at a cost of 450 crores. A shocking story of a former chief engineer with the Noida Authority. The Income Tax Department recovered diamonds worth 100 crore rupees, 2 kilos of gold and 10 crore rupees in cash, all from his residence. Gurgaon-based M3M India buys 185 acres of agricultural land from the troubled Sahara Group for over 1,200 crores. We find out more about the lesser-known M3M and its game plan for this land. Here's to women power. Karnataka state government doling out SOPs to foster women entrepreneurship. A big setback for K Raheja Corp, one of Mumbai's biggest real estate firms. The Bombay High Court in late November ruled the realty kingpin was illegally and arbitrarily allotted roughly 30,000 square meters in Navi Mumbai by one of Maharashtra's state agencies, CITCO. Even as K Raheja Corp is getting set to appeal against the scrapping of the land allotment, where the firm has built a high-end mall and a hotel, experts are questioning how CITCO had allotted the land in the first place. This is an allotment that was first questioned by the BJP when it was sitting in the opposition in the Maharashtra State Assembly. And the other big worry for developers, could land allotted to them by CITCO or other state agencies face a similar fate? Manasvi Gilani has that story.
In a landmark judgment, the Bombay High Court has dealt a body blow to Mumbai's realty kingpin, K Raheja Corp, and questioned land allotment by one of Maharashtra's town planning authorities, CITCO. On the 21st of November, the Bombay High Court set aside the allotment of 31,000 square meters of land to K Raheja Corp in one of Mumbai's hotspots, Vashi. The court ruled the land allotment by CITCO in 2003 as illegal and arbitrary. The court said CITCO should reclaim vacant possession of the land within 6 months. There is though a silver lining for the realty firm, as the Bombay High Court gave the builder 6 months to approach CITCO with a proposal to regularize the land. And this is what K Raheja Corp has built in Vashi, the in-orbit mall, at a cost of 450 crore. It also houses the hotel chain 4 Points by Sheraton. Incidentally, this is CITCO's largest land allotment in Navi Mumbai for commercial use. CITCO is likely to seek advice from Maharashtra's Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis of the BJP, as he has retained their portfolio for urban development. Call it ironical, but it was the BJP that had first raised the alleged irregularities by CITCO in the state legislature in 2005, when it was the principal opposition. And this was done by Eknath Khadse, who is now Maharashtra's revenue minister. BJP's allegations led to the ruling coalition of the Congress and NCP ordering an inquiry, which was headed by the then Additional Secretary D.K. Sankaran. This panel's 2005 report recommended the cancellation of the allotment to K Raheja Corp, and CITCO had suffered 50 crore due to the arbitrary allotment made to the builder for the undue favours. This panel's report also raised questions on as many as 80 other allotments approved by CITCO between March 2003 and December 2004. The Congress-NCP government had accepted the report and initiated action against several officials at the CITCO.
The general policy has been to regularize the allotments, and it's a wide policy. It's not only related to 10 or 11 plots, but it's related to about 50 or 60 plots. Now, out of those, 40 plot allotments have already been regularized on certain terms and conditions, including payment of certain amounts to CITCO. Now, if that's the case, you can't pick and choose the regularization. Either everything is illegal or everything can be regularized.
The High Court verdict not only puts K Raheja in a tough spot, but also 150 retailers operating there. Over 2,000 people are employed by the retailers and the 4 Points by Sheraton Hotel fear they may lose their livelihood.
The order does not bind the people in the malls, but it definitely binds the petitioners, that is the builders who have built the property. So to that extent, say if there is whichever brand is in that mall can certainly intervene before the Supreme Court and say that their rights have been affected. And obviously the Supreme Court will consider all the aspects before deciding on the matter.
K Raheja Corp is getting set to appeal to the Supreme Court. And not just K Raheja Corp, even other developers in Mumbai are waiting for the Supreme Court to clear the air on powers of CIDCO and other state agencies. That is, if CIDCO can allot and regularize land, and if it can do so to some, why not to the rest? Now on to some other controversy that is surrounding CIDCO. Landowners have locked CIDCO in a legal dispute over compensation for about 157-acre land parcel at Ulve village near Panvel. Two brothers allege that CIDCO had acquired the land 4 decades ago without their consent to construct the Navi Mumbai airport. The landowners won the first round of their battle with the Bombay High Court in October that directed CIDCO to pay these original owners compensation of almost 1,200 crore.
For the new airport, CIDCO is the planning authority. So, originally the lands may be in all odd shapes and sizes. So they actually make the lands in a regular size which can be developed as per a town planning scheme. And that's the object of CIDCO. So when you are doing that, there are various schemes that are floated by CIDCO for the purpose of acquisition of lands. So in some cases CIDCO just gives money. In certain other cases CIDCO gives say 12.5% of the land area to the developer, to the person from whom it has acquired the lands. In certain other cases they have gone up to even 20%. So there are various schemes under which these lands were acquired, and all those schemes of acquisition were challenged in court and held to be valid.
CIDCO has time and again stated that it has secured the consent to acquire 99% of the private land to build the Navi Mumbai airport. In fact, CIDCO has already moved Supreme Court in this matter. But then, this means Mumbai once again has to wait for the Navi Mumbai project to kickstart, which means the 15-year-long wait continues. I'll be back with more developments on this property on Prime Property. In Mumbai, Manas Vigilani.
The Babu Builder Nexus is something we have discussed often enough. And earlier this week, the entire nation was shocked by the net worth of a former chief engineer of the Noida Authority, Yadav Singh. He's no ordinary government employee. He's a millionaire many times over. The Income Tax Department so far has recovered diamonds worth 100 crore rupees, 2 kilos of gold and 10 crore rupees in cash from his residence. Here's a story by Network 18.
Wealth worth 100 crores seized, along with a diary with the names of 22 builders, politicians and bureaucrats. Even as the IT department seeks details of all the contracts signed by Yadav Singh, his clout at the Noida Authority is clear. The engineer is allegedly worth 1,000 crore and lives in this mansion in Sector 51. Since the raid last week, it has remained shut. As expected, no response coming in from this door. This is the palatial mansion where Yadav Singh lives. This is worth over 10 crore rupees. And what the question which his IT department is asking now is, how could someone who's got a salary of only 1,25,000 could manage a mansion like this and 10 to 12 other properties across Noida, Ghaziabad, Lucknow and Agra? This Sector 64 factory allegedly belonged to Singh's wife. Sources say that this establishment, like many others, was being used as a front to convert black money to white. His rise is often attributed to his proximity to Mayawati. During her reign, he was made the chief engineer. Predictably, Maya refused to comment when asked about one of her Navratnas.
देखो इसके बारे में मुझे कुछ नहीं बोलना है क्योंकि अभी इनकम टैक्स डिपार्टमेंट और एजेंसियां इसकी जांच कर रही हैं, तो जब वो जांच कर रही हैं तो जो भी तथ्य सामने आएंगे तो हमें भी मालूम हो जाएगा आप लोगों के माध्यम से.
But who is Yadav Singh? He joined Noida Authority in 1980 as a junior engineer. In 1995, he was promoted as project engineer. In 2002, as chief maintenance engineer. And in 2011, when Mayawati was the chief minister, as engineer-in-chief. With the change in government in Lucknow, Akhilesh administration slapped 2 cases against him. One, a 954 crore electrical scam, and the other pertains to land usage pattern which was changed by him. But as his relationship with the Akhilesh administration improved, within a year's time, the CBCID filed closure report in both the cases. Not only was his suspension revoked, he was made engineer-in-chief of the cash-rich Greater Noida and Yamuna Expressway Development Authority, in addition to that of Noida. Even now, in spite of the hot pursuit by the income tax authorities, UP administration is yet to take any tangible action against him. In Noida, this is Shubhajit Sengupta.
Right, on that note, we're going to slip into a short break. On the other side, we're going to head to Deal Street, where the troubled Sahara Group has sold 185 acres near New Delhi to a Gurgaon-based developer, M3M. We find out who M3M is and what it's planning to do on this land. Stay tuned.